Let's get this party started. It's better than getting this starty farted. That'd be weird. Welcome! You made it to my birthday class. My love language is your suffering, so let's get started. Here's my left foot, here's my right knee. Shoulder blades down, chest out. Everybody's breathing. This is the hard class. This is the what did I get myself into class. So take care of yourself. It's everything we do for the next few moments you can overdo. Yay, thank you guys. It's very exciting. Thank you for joining. For those of you just making it, welcome. This is the hard class. If you're watching through YouTube, I'm monitoring the comments, so if you have questions, if something's not working, you're welcome to just scream it at your computer, or you can type it into the chat. It's totally up to you. If you're on Facebook, you're welcome to ask a question. I'll have no idea what you're saying till long after class is over, but it's a good way to communicate. Keep in touch. It's been a beautiful birthday. Started my 40th year this year. It's kind of exciting. And I'll earn the badge of 40 next year. Let's kick the hips over to the right, upper body to the left. I'm totally blocking your shot, Andrea. Sorry about that. That's embarrassing. I want everybody to see you.
My faces.
Now, don't pass through the middle line. I'm going to keep my upper body leaned. Kick the hips forward as the upper body falls back. 2 hands on that right knee. Hips forward, chest back. Standing legs perfectly straight. Don't pass through the middle. Hips kick over to the left. Upper body to the right. Do you want to be in the back? And kick the hips back, upper body forward. Smooth, expansive breaths. Happy Thursday to everybody, for those of you that days of the week make any sense or have any meaning. One more time, hips kick over to the right. We open up, right knee goes up, left arm hangs. Smooth, expansive breaths. Have you been inhaling? Or just faking it? Try not to watch the monitor, Egon. Just focus. When in doubt, stare into the light. Let's come back to center for a twist. So, whoa, focus. Now the spine is vertical, which means my butt's slightly back. Left hand catches this right knee. We twisty twist. Now, of course, in actuality, this is medium death. This isn't full on death. We're just partially exploring our edges. Let's take this right knee over to the right. Woo. Every breath fights to open something up. Every exhale like a sigh. Outstanding. Back to center. Hands behind the back, right knee stays put. It's as though you're holding it. Simple idea. Right knee stays exactly where it is, frozen in the space-time continuum. You bend and straighten. Extra credit, when you straighten, dorsiflex the ankle, pull the toes back. See if you can get a cramp in quadriceps. It's super good for your can-canning. And we're optimistic, we're positive. We have a can-can attitude as often as we can. Sometimes we can't, and that's super embarrassing. Two cans don't make a can't. They just make a stack. Why do meditators like frijoles? They like to be in the moment. You just have to say that one in your head a few times. Be in the moment. Hips over to the left, everybody to the right. So, I want to stay with somebody being the moment. Keep it standing leg straight, hips forward, upper body falls back. Yeah, trying to never pass through the midline. Hips. Hips to the right, upper body to the left. Hips back, arch out. Every breath, smooth and expansive. Hips to the right, upper body to the left. As we open up, you want to have your body sort of lean forward. See if you can arch the chest perfectly to the right. We open up, left knee up, right arm hangs. Smooth, smooth, deep, deep. Inhale, inhale. Open the chest. Right back center for a twist. Oh. Anoop, you know I have uncanny comedic timing. Left knee over to the left. Standing knee is still straight. Right back to center. Now keep your left knee exactly where it is. If you had a little tray of mini powdered donuts, right where it is. Actually, as a matter of fact, you want to imagine somebody's pushing down on your knee, and then you straighten the leg. Perfectly straight. That's still quite bent. You keep it straight. Dorsiflex the foot hard. Bending and straightening, all the way straight, all the way bent. Cycling between the two positions. Smooth inhales. Notice your tendency to tuck tailbone, shorten abs. You try to recruit abs. The way we manage that is we locate our tush even backer. 3, 2, 1. Outstanding. Shake it out. Feel the difference in the legs? Good evening. You survived. All that tension on the neck. You probably weren't breathing very well. Outstanding. Simple idea. Make sure there's a little bit of space behind you. So you can't kick the wall. You can't kick the floor in front of you. All we're going to do is cycle this right leg. We're trying to get a very linear movement. So if I was in a very narrow hallway, it's like my leg would be sliding against the wall the whole time. The right leg, try not to let it go back to the left when it's back behind you. Smooth, linear, good contra body movement as needed. We'll hop on the front swing. Just a little hop. Your job is to clear the floor. Don't kick the floor. Hop in the backswing. Good. Second sign, we'll just go straight. We're being sweet, we're being nice. Give yourself a few moments. Get the swing. There's no rush. It's kind of nice, that left side. Swing flying. You're laughing at.
We're jumping.
Really is like an evening class with you guys. Thank you for making it. On the front swing. On the back swing. It's nice having. Last two. And shake it out. Smooth. Slow your heart rate. So if you're in a room and you can easily touch the ceiling, don't touch the ceiling, especially if you got these little styrofoam thingies. If part of your ceiling will come down if you touch it, don't touch it. Instead, if you can easily touch your ceiling, you're going to try to touch your elbows to the ceiling. We're going to go with, if it's not a concern, we're going to start with 20% intensity anyway for the first few jumps. Let's do 10 two-legged jumps, 20% intensity. That means they're kind of casual. There's no look on your face. Just 10 together. It's a two-legged jump. If you can easily touch the ceiling, yeah, make sure you soften when you come down. Nice soft touch on the floor. If you can easily touch the floor. No, I got a category 6 cable. Mr. LeCompte. So any issues are with our either our upload speed or with YouTube. We shake it out. Check out the neck. Okay. Now what you were doing unconsciously is you got to bounce and you got to swing. So now we're going to take away both those. So feet a comfortable distance. Arms start in this up position. I start in chair. And from here, no little bounce. There's no helpful little bounce. From here, I just go up. Bang. Come right back down. You kill the momentum. Bang. Perfectly kill the momentum. You can watch Andrea's knees fall in. That's exactly what you don't want. Just 10. These should suck. Let's come to our squat. Why do you ask, Mr. Jason? Smooth inhales. Got a little warm. That's because we're shooting in film, Jason. So. I don't know if you guys know that. We're actually shooting in film and then developing the film, and then that's why there's that 15-second delay. Super high and not high tech at the same time. Last two breaths. We're about to upgrade our upload speed of our internet, so that should take care of any funkiness. well, let's put it this way, this should take care of about 10% more of the funkiness. We're always inching closer to perfection, never quite attaining it. Let's check out our forward bend. If you can't quite touch the floor, get your arm extenders, your blocks. I love longer arms. Hip shift, explore. Good. Arch the chest up, fingertips, weather vane. With the right leg high, we'll start with our simple variations. We bend the left knee and straighten. Smooth, easy movements. Looking for a natural curve. For those of you who can, you can straighten your leg at the very top, that's fine, but then you make sure you're really bending, exposing the position to suffering. Good. Take your right knee. Now your right knee is going to be your handy dandy guide, or your knee leggy guide. We bend, touch the left heel, we straighten. Keep that left heel down. So however deep your single-legged squat is going to determine how low that right knee is going to get. Good. Continue your movement. Right hand on the right hip. And now this low position's low. The top position, right knee goes over to the right. Perfectly over to the right. Low. High. Low. High, low, high. Let's stay in this high position. Right knee is straight up to the right, higher than the right knee. Shift your weight back on that left heel, left hand up. We balance up. Yay. Squat. Thank you. Got some amazing birthday wishes. Thank you guys so much. It's fantastic still having a pulse. You know, with this heartbeat, I really feel like I have my finger on the pulse of my life. With any luck, your left leg is what we call suffering. Right leg is fine. Isn't that fascinating? I just noticed the logo's popping in and out. What's going on with that? Smooth, expansive breaths. And this is not a position where your left leg wants to or can easily recover. So, can you breathe? That's the whole purpose. In a circuit, we give no intervals of rest. We just go. There's constant, unending misery. And the interval of rest is the period in between that workout and the next workout. Whatever that is, the next day. We go, weather vane. Use your longer arms if you need. Smooth, expansive breaths. So, always fighting for a natural curve. In general, having the pelvis sort of square-ish. And there's three main ways we squarify the hips. The two that we want to be conscious of are the horizontal level. So if she drops her left hip, or she picks her left hip up, we lose that level. And then there's this one where her pelvis from the top rotates in and out. That's both from the hip and from the spine. So she has her left leg up. Go ahead and bend the standing knee a lot and straighten the standing knee completely if you can. And your job is to have the pelvis square, like horizontal, lifting and lowering, cycling between the two positions, lifting and lowering. Without, the one we really want to watch out for is letting the right hip go towards the right shoulder. So we shorten, compress, right side of waist. And that ain't right. But it feels so right. And in some ways, you're right. Good. We bend, left knee touches, we straighten. Again, fighting for this, just this idea of squareness. Don't get all hung up on being super square all the time. If you ever have issues with connection, we apologize for that. We are recording this. We are adding it to the library of our humble website. So good. We continue left hand on the left waist. Notice you want to lean to the right, don't you? You want to shorten that right side. Good. High, with the left knee way up into the left. Low, you touch that right heel. Good. Now what I notice is when we go into our squat, we lose viewers. Like you guys are getting bored. Well, let me help. The moment you come out, we come into our handstand. So I face the wall, I kick up. Maybe I can get up, maybe I can't. For those of you who can't get up, there's nothing wrong with you. You're not in the wrong class. You just turn around and come into down dog on the wall. You take your feet hip height. You sort of want to look like a nice viewfinder, a nice box, with your legs horizontal and your spine vertical. Arms nice and straight. Check out the neck. Isn't that nice? Alrighty. We're going to keep our hands on the floor. You come down into down dog. We ain't done. Walk your down dog towards the wall so that my fingertips touch the wall. Tick-tock the head. Check out the neck. See if you can not take a break. There's no prize. So if you need to touch your knees down, it's okay. But if you don't touch your knees down, you'll win the prize. Obviously. Let's sort of explore and play with how stable are your shoulder joints. And what we're really, of course, asking is how in control are you of the location of your scapula? Keep your feet right where they are. I'm going to take my right hand hip height on the wall. You press up into down dog. Then I bring my right hand, the one I just pressed up with, down to the floor. Then I come down. We cycle. Same pattern, don't switch your patterns, right first. See if you can bring your hands right down next to the wall. You guys are doing well. Now we switch our pattern. Left first. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. You're gonna throw up on my birthday. Happy birthday to me. I can't hit that falsetto. right. Thank you, man. I'm right there. Oh. All right. We still haven't touched our knees down. Simple idea. We're gonna do 20 world science hops. Let's actually scooch our position away so we can have space to jump. I have my hands about 16 inches off the wall. We start from the knees, and we'll do our counting. Make sure there are no blocks around your feet. You can't land on anything. We saw from the knees, world's tiniest hops. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. On number 20, you jump up. Come right back down. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. You jump up. Right back down. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. They come right back down. Oh, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20. Wheels on a big rig. 20 hops, and then a two-legged jump. Oh, I'm kidding. That was like a 30. Still jumping. I got 2 more. Last one. You stay up. Everybody stays up. Anybody bored?
No.
And there we go. Come to standing. Don't pass out, swing those arms. If you ever get lightheaded, standing up, make sure you tick-tock the head. If you're still lightheaded, take your head down below the heart. Hey, thank you, Nick. Haywood Banks. Wild, interesting comment. Check out the neck. All that tension. Anybody have wrist sensations? Some wrist sensations? We check out our squat. Feet parallel, hip width. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I was thinking. Thank you. I knew it sort of rung a bell.
What's happening? What's happening?
We had somebody know who wrote the Big Rig song.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool. Love them.
I. Smooth, expansive. It's like I'm repeating myself. And as a father of 4, you learn very quickly that until somebody has the awareness of the thing, they just need constant exposure, repetition. And so, as a parent, I'm not your parent, but if I was parenting my child and they're 3, I'd have to say, buckle your seatbelt, buckle your seatbelt. Well, at 3, at 6, I would say, buckle your seat, click your seatbelt, click your seatbelt in, click your seatbelt in, click your, hey, click your seatbelt in, click your seatbelt in, click your, okay, good. No, don't get distracted, click your seatbelt in. And you say that about 47 million times, and then it's rote. And so consider that the main issue with the way we've been practicing our consciousness throughout the day is we don't have anything to help us remember to inhale. Even the word breathe does not tell you to inhale. Most people do this. They're exocentric. Or he's saying a 7-year-old? That's pretty funny. Lauren said, as the wife of one, I know the feeling. As a wife of a parent? Or as a 7-year-old? I think a 7-year-old's funnier. Emotionally. By now you should be having sensation in your ankles. We're almost done. We're going to utilize this. Notice we have a little bit of space. Let's lean forward on your toes. Get the chest up. We're so close to being halfway done. And here we go. I'm going to have my arms in between the knees. This is not crow. I am not letting my knees touch my arms. I'm definitely not bearing weight through the arms. I'm only going to jump from this position into a pike halfway up into my handstand. The goal is to get my butt over the hands and then come right back down. And you'll notice the location of my feet. My feet, their job is to never get higher than the butt. Nobody goes crazy legs and gets to complete the movement. Completing the movement is way easier. We keep the butt over the hands, feet low. Here we go. Just 10 jumps. Smooth, expansive breaths. Make like my family and jump. Good. On your last jump, we jump back into down dog. We're almost done with our little process here. Give your knees a little break. Now, down dog is a fantastic partial recovery for something like a squat. My hips are still flexed, so there is still some impediment and blood flow to the legs, but I do get this beautiful opportunity to open up the back of the knee, the thing that's been really closed. Now, we need both extremes. We need to be able to bend the knee completely and straighten it completely. And we often stay in this sort of muddled, limited range of motion. And this is, of course, the purpose of a range of motion practice, is to challenge range of motion. Good. Now notice we're in down dog now. We're not our fancy, high-tech, finagling little squat. So when I bend my knees and jump into my low-footed pike, there's way more at stake because I'm jumping forward rather than just up. When you come down, your feet land back in down dog. Your jumps might be pathetic, puny little nothing jumps. Your feet barely come off the floor. You still don't get to kick your own butt and do crazy legs. Still trying to jump, still trying to keep the legs basically straight when you come up, and then sweetly, softly land your feet on the ground. You do that by bending the knee, arriving. Catch the floor. Good. Good. You scooch back to the wall. Down dog on the wall. Check out the neck, crackle crunch. Good. Same idea. You bend the knees. Don't let your feet go up. You jump off and arrive. You can jump hard enough that you can die, so nobody falls backwards and dies. What we're learning is how to not be afraid of that thing called the space behind me, which means we actually have to learn how to intentionally underjump. I'm letting my butt not go quite so far that I feel like I'm going to kill myself. You okay?
I mean, it's just loud. So I think I'm going to jump.
And we'll do our last little one. I bend the knees, hips jump over the hands. I land on the floor. Hips jump over the hands. I land on the wall. Hips jumps over the hands. I land on the floor. Over the hands. I land on the wall. Good. Knees touch. Sit back. That's nice. Elevated heart rate is one of our favorite excuses for coming out of positions. And you come out and the rationalization is the voice in your head, and the thing you say out loud is, I'm good. You know, I just had a rough day, I'm stressed. I didn't feel it, it didn't feel right. And the reality is, I don't know if you've ever tried to run up a mountain, it never feels right. Doing things that elevate heart rate don't feel right because, of course, your heart rate is elevating to get more blood oxygen to the demand of the movement. You have insufficient oxygen. So imagine now, your legs are warm, probably you felt some work in your shoulders, chest. We worked with straight arms, so you're going to feel a lot of that in your neck. That's okay. Let's come to elbows and knees. You should try it. It's the worst thing in the world, running up a mountain. Everybody should try to run up a mountain at least once. Do it voluntarily, and then if you ever need to, like for your life, you'll at least have some experience. Oh, it's so bad. I'm married to this fit person, and before I did all the work I did to get my body trained for heart rate, elbows and knees. Look at your forearms. Let's make them a little parallel. Shoulder blades down towards the hips, away from the ears. And everybody, do me a favor while I tell this story. Drive your elbows into the mat. Try to punch a hole in the mat. And come into elbows down dog. The whole time your butt's pushing up and your elbows are pushing straight down. How do you isolate just your elbows? We lived in Eugene. I actually started running in Eugene, Oregon, which is, if you're going to start running someplace, please move to Eugene for a year or two. It's called Tracktown, USA for a reason. They have about 50 Memorial Park-sized loops to run on, 3-mile loops all over the city. I think there's like 200 miles of interconnected, publicly maintained running pathways. And they're all these beautiful wood-chipped running paths with quarter-mile markers, not just mile markers, perfect, visible quarter-mile markers. It's as much as you want to run. And Andre and I would go run up Spencer Butte which is spelled butt. And this is before I could run, even a little bit. And I'd run about, an eighth of a mile, and I'd walk, and Andre would be like, you know what, I'm just going to run ahead, and I'll run back. So not only will I not stop running, I will run 15 times further than you. And as she ran away, I'm surprised my looks of hatred on the back of her head did not kill her. And the thing I always remembered as she ran away from me was she always wore her ponytail really high, right where my bald spot is. Oh, and it would bounce so joyously, just like pure happiness as she bounded away from me. Ugh, disgusting. Check out the neck. Let's watch your feet. Walk your feet. You can watch them, but I want you to walk them. You walk your feet back. You okay? It's a little low. Hips are a little low. Make sure your hips are in plank. We're in plank. We're not in some other thing. Try to do what I'm doing. And that's why I'm doing it. This is not an audio course. Breathe. We walk our feet forward. That was 1 minute, by the way. Shoulder blades away from the ears. Check out the neck. Pull your hips high. Now crush your elbows into the floor. Good. Forearms parallel. You straighten your arms. Elbows down. You straighten your arms. Elbows down. Straighten your arms. Elbows down, your arms, elbows down. That was 4. Let's do 16 more. All the way to the floor, especially if I can see your elbows. Make sure your elbows touch the floor. Touch the floor. Thank you. Just 20. And there we go. Elbows touch. Walk your feet back in your plank, please. Arch up. Make these inhales count. 16, sorry, Marta. 16 more, we're just going to do 20. And then 1 minute. You walk your feet forward. You straighten your arms. You bring the elbows down. Straighten your arms. You bring the elbows down all the way to the floor. Just 20. You guys know who's taking the most breaks by who's the most consistent at commenting. Mrs. Wood, I salute you. And I appreciate your support. Oh, so good. Okay, by now we've gotten our body nice and warm, and we've ruined our ability to push through our quads and gluteals and push through triceps and deltoids. So we're going to keep our head away from the wall. We roll onto our back. Arms and legs up. as though this is going to help you recover. It's not. But it'll make you feel better. With any luck, triceps are just slightly incapacitated, maybe even slightly pumped. And the pump, of course, is just you made a demand of the meat more than it needs. It does have some association with hypertrophy, so if you're trying to get big and swole, that'll help, especially if you want to go flappa later. But don't worry about that so much, because when we work range of motion, you got to do a lot to get swole. You can do it, it's still possible, and actually range of motion helps with more beautiful giant muscles if that's your thing. But we're not here for aesthetics, we're here for function. So when we feel this pump, what that tells us is it's time to do more pushing. So let's scooch close to the wall, toes touch. I'm not going to get as close, not my butt as close to the wall as I can, but my toes are definitely touching the wall. I'm nice and close so that when I set myself up for my back bend, I'm a little concerned about my knees touching the wall. Now if you're Andrea, your knees will also touch together. So make sure you press your knees. Actually in this position she has extraordinarily good recruitment of gluteals. The problem when your knees tend to click together with pushing, you're recruiting inner thighs. So here gluteals can take over really well. Just make sure your knees don't click together and fight to not let your knees touch the wall as you press up.
Oops.
You'll notice that triceps are probably not very helpful. And of course that's by design. Tuck your chin. See if your shoulders can be the first thing to come down. As you roll down. Now without moving your hands, without moving your hands, we're going to do 9 more, and then we'll take a break. We'll just do 2 or 3 sets, maybe 5 sets of 10, something like that. Remember, your butt has to touch the floor for the counter to count. Good. Once you've done your 10, you take your arms and legs up, shake them out. By now, deltoids and quads are starting to really enunciate their complaint, their resistance, their opposition to the movement. So now, and you might actually notice that there's still sort of a residual complaint. Notice where it is, take your attention inside, and start these deep inhales. I don't care if you can get into a back bend. You can do these classes and not be able to get into a back bend, but here's my invitation. If you're new to back bending, turn around, put your hands on a block each, slide the block up to the wall, and use that, and don't worry about getting your head off the floor, rather slide onto the top of your head. That's your goal for tonight. And every time you go, you're going to be stronger next time. That's the promise. Second round. Feet flat. Try to keep your hands fixed. So we want to actually pay special attention to the placement of our hands, because we're going to try to do 10 unbroken back bend push-ups. At the very least, we're not breaking hand position. The hands are deep. The hands are wide, pinkies off the edge of the mat. Give it a burn. See if you can keep your head and shoulders off the floor this time. Your butt touches, and we lift. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So good. Are you inhaling? Or did you just hold your breath for 45 seconds? Now, the ability to hold your breath, I think, is very handy if you're underwater. But we're not underwater, and you're killing yourself for the same reason staying underwater too long kills you. Drowning isn't, I have too much water in my lungs. Drowning is asphyxiation. It's my body needs to inhale, and when it finally does inhale, it inhales water, and guess what? You can't process the oxygen in the water. So get your oxygen levels up. Open the chest. Open, open, open. Do the opposite of holding your breath. You ready? Good. Last 5 rounds. And by that I mean last 10 back bend push-ups. If you haven't even done one back bend, just give it one more go and then sit up. Get your hips on a block. Make sure you seat the hands nice and deep, pinkies off the edge of the mat. The wider you get the hands, the awkwarder it will be at the bottom. But when you get to the top, and you straighten your arms, your hands will be in a much stronger position. Index fingers will point out. Last 10. Smooth, deep inhales. Trying to keep your hands fixed. That was the whole instruction. Don't reset the hands. Even as they sort of migrate, they scooch. The idea is that we're challenging. How much can you keep your hands from sliding? No, keep going. And at number 10, you get to roll into your side. Come to sitting. And let's sit on a block. Nice deep breaths. There we go. Blocking my camera. This is not your show.
Or is it?
Or is it? Get that head up chest. Oh, I'm blocking your line. Sorry. How's that? Heart rate isn't probably 100% recovered. So get that chest up. See if you can inhale. Open the chest. And then when you get to the very top, don't give up quite so easily. You're stopping way too soon. It should be a good 5-10 seconds. You're hanging out, opening, opening, opening. And then like a sigh. One of my relatives gave me a very sweet text today. And they said, happy birthday, you work so hard, you deserve to be recognized. And as sweet as that is, that's 100% not true. No one deserves to be recognized. And yet, the really generous and beautiful outpouring of love and support today, I call it unearned, and I call it proof of what really sort of generous and beautiful friends you all are. You are all much better friends to me than I am to you. Thank you for writing me letters. Thank you for showing up tonight. Thank you for supporting us, helping us keep the lights on for this endeavor. Lots of cool stuff coming. We got our workshops, we got our courses, we got the teacher training. We got lifetime subscriptions, and we got an upcoming rebuild of this whole thing called the website. So thank you for hanging out with us here on a Thursday night on my birthday. If you had a birthday during this crisis, or you've got one coming up, be sweet to yourself. Love as many people as you can. It's made a huge difference for me, so thank you so much. Self high fives. You high fives. Armpit high fives. And until next time, bye.
Happy birthday!